A very good afternoon and Jai Hind to all of you. Today I am going to start with the new topic of this chapter, that is modern forms of money. In last class I have explained about medium of exchange. Today we will discuss about the modern forms of money. So we have seen that money is something that acts as a medium of exchange in our previous class, and before the introduction of coins, means before the introduction of money, variety of things were used as a money. Means during the barter system we use grains, cattle as a money, and thereafter what happened, that uh, money came into existence in the metallic coins form like gold coins, silver coins, copper coins, and the phase continued well into the last century. So first we will discuss about currency. Modern forms of money includes currency. In our modern forms, currency are of two types. First is paper notes and second is coins. Paper notes and coins, these are the two forms of currency which we are using in current time. Unlike the things that were used as money earlier, modern currency is not made of precious metal. Means in the ancient time, currency were made of precious, means expensive metals like gold, silver, copper, etc. But these currency, they are made up of paper notes and of metal which is not very precious. So the things that were used in money earlier, they were very precious. But modern currency is not made of precious metals such as gold, silver and copper. And unlike grain and cattle, they are neither of everyday use. The modern currency is without any use of its own. So the modern currency is without any use of its own. Means modern currency we cannot use of its own. We simply exchange money to buy any of the commodity, any of the things which we required. Then the question arises, why is it accepted as a medium of exchange? Why it is accepted as a common medium of exchange? So it is accepted as a medium of exchange because the currency is authorized by the government of India or the government of the country, that is central bank RBI issues currency notes and coins. So it is accepted as a medium of exchange because it is authorized currency which is issued by government of our country. So in India, the Reserve Bank of India issues currency notes and coins on behalf of central government. That is why you see that on every coin and on every paper currency you find that a name of central bank, that is RBI, is printed with the logo, and that is Reserve Bank of India is printed on every currency. So as per Indian law, no other individual or organization is allowed to issue currency. So as per law, no other individual or organization, they are allowed to issue currency. Only RBI is allowed to, only the central bank, that is the Reserve Bank of India, is allowed to issue currency notes and coins. So, moreover, the law legalized the use of rupee as a medium of payment. Means for doing any payment, we use money, and it cannot be refused in settling transactions in India. Means to settle any transaction, when we buy any commodity, when we buy any services, we do payment in terms of money. That cannot be refused. Money cannot be refused in settling transactions in India. So, no individual in India can legally refuse a payment made in rupees. Everyone, they accept the money as a medium of exchange. No individual can refuse this common medium of exchange. It is legally authorized, and in the entire country this money is used as a medium of exchange. Now the next is deposit with banks. This is very important and the second part of today's topic. The other forms in which people hold money is as deposits with bank. means some portion people they are holding in the form of cash and some portion of money they are deposit in their bank. So at a point of time people need only some currency for their day-to-day needs. The entire money which they earn they cannot use in their day-to-day needs. Only some portion of their entire earning they are using, and the rest of the earning of the part of their salary they save in the banks. For example, worker who receive their salary at the end of each month have extra cash at the beginning of the month. So at the beginning of the one month they have some extra cash, means whatever salary they are earning, suppose 50,000 rupees they are earning. So when the salary come at the beginning of the month they have extra cash, and at the end of month they have a scarcity of cash because during the entire month they have expense a lot, done lot of expenses, so there is a lack of money at the end of the month. But at the beginning of the month when they receive the salary they have sufficient amount of extra cash also. So what do people do with this extra cash? So now the question arises, what do people do with this extra money? They deposit it with the bank by opening a bank account in their name. Suppose your name is Harshita, so you open your bank account in any of the commercial bank with your name, and whatever extra cash you are having you deposit your extra cash in your account which you have opened in the bank. Bank accept the deposit and also pay interest rate on the deposit. So whatever amount of money you are depositing in your bank account, bank accept that deposit, and on that deposit banks will pay interest also, and interest is a money income for you. So like this your money is saved also and you are earning rate of interest. So both the benefits are to the depositor. In this way money is saved with the bank and is earned an interest also. So Harshita's money, suppose Harshita is saving her money in the bank, her money is safe also and she is also earning rate of interest also. Now people also have the provision to withdraw the money as and when they require. Suppose you have deposited your money in the bank account and at a point of time you need some money. So you can easily withdraw your money from the bank account whenever you need. Means whenever there is a demand, you can say, whenever there is a demand of money you can withdraw. So since the deposit which you have made in the bank account, it can be withdrawn on your demand, so these deposits are called as demand deposit. I repeat, the deposit which you have, the money which you have deposited in the bank account earlier, you can withdraw that deposit on your demand. On your demand means whenever it is demand by you. That is why these deposits are called as demand deposits. Now, since the deposit in the bank account can be withdrawn on demand, these deposits are called as demand deposits, and demand deposits offer another one interesting facility, and it is this facility which lend it the essential characteristics of money, that of a medium of exchange. This we will discuss. So it is this facility which lend it is the essential characteristics of money, that you can say demand deposit act as a medium of exchange also. You would have heard of payments being made by check instead of cash. So have you ever heard about this, that any person who is doing payment not in cash but he or she is giving check. Sometimes you are also paying check to pay your school fee also. Sometimes you are not paying cash, you make the payment of your school fee through check also. So for payment through check, the payer who has an account with the bank make out a check for a specific amount. Suppose Mr. A want to do a payment to Mr. B for rupees 10,000. So payer is a Mr. A who have to pay. That payer must have an account in the bank first of all, and he makes out a check, means he make the check for a specific amount, that is rupees 10,000. 10,000 is a specific amount. Thus, we see that demand deposit shares the essential feature of money. The facility Thus, we see that the demand deposit shares the essential feature of money. The facility of check against demand deposit make it possible to directly settle payments without the use of cash. Means whenever we are paying money with the help of check, we are not required any use of cash. We don't require any cash payment. We just give the check to the person and that person will get the payment through the check. It is very easy and simple mode of making the payment. Since demand deposit are accepted widely as a means of payment, along with currency, they constitute money in the modern economy. So demand deposit, they are accepted as a means of payment. Demand deposit means the deposit which you can withdraw on your demand. That deposit, they are accepted as a medium of payment, as a means of payment. Along with currency, means along with cash, these demand deposit also used as making of payment, means they also constitute money in the modern economy. So cash, it is also one constituted as a money in the modern economy, plus demand deposit also, means cash in hand and the deposit which you have made in the bank, they both constitute the money in the modern economy. You must remember the role that the bank play here. But for the bank, there would be no demand deposit and no payments by check against these deposits. The modern form of money, that is currency plus deposits, they are closely linked to the working of the modern banking system. So in the modern banking system, we have two things. First is cash in hand, means the currency, plus demand deposit, means the deposits which we kept in our bank account. So we have two options. We can either make the payment in the form of cash, or we can either make the payment in the form of demand deposit. We can use that demand deposit for making of payment. For this, we have to draw the check also, and through that check we can easily make the payment to the person to whom we have to pay. So this is all about today's class. I have discussed about the modern forms of money, which includes currency, notes and coins. How the currency notes and coins were issued, who issued currency notes and coins, this is very important. This I have discussed today. And I have also discussed about deposit with banks also. Deposit with banks means the money which is deposited by the persons or the people in their bank account, that are deposits with the banks. Bank accept the deposit, and on that deposit bank will pay a rate of interest to the depositors. In this way, depositors' money is safe also, and they are earning a rate of interest. Beside this, these demand deposit also act as a means of payment. Means you can either make the payment in cash, or you can either use this deposits also for making your payment. So whenever these deposits are in demand, they can easily be withdrawn. That is why they are known as demand deposits. Means it can easily be withdrawn at any time whenever a person need money. So the facility of check is there. Bank is providing the facility of check. If any person who wants to make payment, they can also make the payment through checks also. Checks is one of the medium of making the payments. And this is a very important facility which a bank is providing. Here bank facilitate the customer to make the payment through check, and whenever the payer is draw the check, the amount which he mentioned on the check, a specific amount, that is deleted from his or her bank account whenever he make any payment through checks. So this is all for today's class. I hope you all are able to understand. In next class, we will discuss with some new topic, that is loan activities of bank, how banks sanction loan. All these things we will discuss in our next class. Till then, you read the text from your NCERT book and try to do the questions which I have given in your worksheet also. Try to do that question in your fair copy and read the text from the NCERT book. This is very important. And if it is possible, then write the notes also in your fair copy. And if you are facing any problem, any doubt, you can ask me on my personal window. This is all for today's class. Thank you and Jai Hind everyone. Take care.